to Nukkle Hedd Comics Tuesday. It's fucking Tuesday. We got Lay in the building. We got Cap in the building. Cabs can't make it tonight, but he's here in spirit on Lay.
My man, just chilling, brother, chilling.
What's up, Cap? How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Is that and the father goes shamefully? That's my son. And the other guy goes shamefully. Orion goes, that's my father. Choose fear and hate to run your life. Something you can't do. That was wrong with me from the beginning. I was doing it that way. I was gonna go down that path. I worried.
You thought it was Grayson?
Sorry, got hurt. It's like not him. Not him.
Crack his brain for somebody, anybody that can help, and remembers. Freeze.
The media.
No,
Randall Savage.
Randall Savage. With his knowledge and all other shit and his capacity to learn.
Absolutely.
This is the only vegan I'll ever eat is grilled chicken wings, because that's like vegan to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the chicken wings are supposed to be fried, but you grill the chicken wings, you put it in some sauce, and give it some blue cheese.
Is vegan.
That's vegan. Like regular moo cow fuck milk, put it in some Honey Nut Cheerios, vegan, because Honey Nut Cheerios is good for your heart. You know what I'm saying? And I steal the question from Cabs.
I got it right.
I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal.
You're too late.
Wow.
Word. He be like, I got a left elbow and a right elbow. I can break your face with an any elbow. Make sure that you get elbowed in your elbow with an elbow. Got the arm ball, get the phone ball, get around with the bomb with the bomb ball.
Daddy's gonna take you to Jersey Shore.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is fucking Tuesday night. You know what that means? It's Nukkle Hedd Comics. We in the building, baby. What's going on, Cap?
Not much, man. Ready to talk about Daredevil, the best probably episode they've put out. Even if you count all the Netflix shit, and you can fight me on that.
Word.
Talk about Mortal Kombat.
Word. What up, Mr. Loki? We hungry out here, man. Miss y'all. But yo, I also want to get into, because we couldn't get into it last week because Hodge didn't watch it. But I want to get into how fucking strong is Darth Vader, because we finally got to see Darth Vader versus Maul.
Yo, so funny enough for that, Dave Filoni actually did a conversation or an interview, and he shed some light on that.
Yeah, yo, dude, it's crazy how strong we get to see Darth Vader. We finally get to see him versus Darth Maul. And I was watching one thing where somebody was like, Darth Vader studies his opponent. So he knew everything about Maul. That's why the first strike he did was hit to the hip, because he knew that those legs were machinery. But then, like, when Homeboy hit him, the other Jedi actually hit him, and he just said, fuck it, and just went straight brute force on him. I was like, yo, Darth Vader looked like Jason Voorhees out there for a second. Yo, tell me, Cap, because I know you know, but how fucking strong is Darth Vader?
That version of Vader is extremely strong because he's no longer, what do you call it? At that point, he gave himself fully to the dark side. And once you're full dark side, there's no stopping you. I'm a few chapters into I got a few chapters left in that first Darth Bane book.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker survived for days, weeks, just on the dark side alone.
Just the hate.
Yeah. We know that Darth Maul survived being cut in half just on his hatred on the dark side alone. So Vader at this moment, we'll get more into it when we talk about what Dave Filoni was saying. He's unleashed. There's no restraints on him. And here's the funny thing. Somebody was saying he studies his opponent. I don't think Vader was studying Maul and found out some shit. I think Vader just walked up, saw the big ass gash in his leg, and struck it. Because at this point, there was nothing anybody could have done to Vader.
Now, this Vader is not the Vader that fought Obi-Wan in the Obi-Wan show, is it?
So when we talk about so no, the short answer is no. But what do you call it? When we talk about what Dave Filoni said, there's more of a reason for it.
Okay. But that Darth Maul episode, despite having Vader in it, was another fucking dope ass episode.
Yeah, I mean, we get to see what happens when there is no Jedi, when there is no Sith. Oh well, I mean, Vader's a Sith, but essentially we saw 2 Force users battle a Sith. 3 if you count the girl.
Yeah.
Because remember, the only Sith is Vader. The Inquisitors are not Sith. Because remember, it's the rule of 2. It's only Palpatine and Vader. The rest are just dark side users. So there's only the Birdman and Malekith. They're just dark side users. Then yeah, you can call Master. What was his name again?
Shit, Turkon.
Yeah, you can call him a Jedi, but there is no Jedi Order technically. So he's just a Force user. So you got Maul, who's a Force user, him who's a Force user, the girl who's a Force user, going up against 2 other Force users, and then an actual Sith. And you could tell the difference right away.
Echo Dio Daki.
Yes, Master Daki. You could tell the difference right away because both of them combined, when you don't have the full brunt of the Jedi Order, when you don't have Darth Maul at his full dark side capacity, they both try to go up against 100% dark side fucking Darth Vader. There was nothing you can do.
Yeah.
And we even saw Daki. Daki reached in and brought back that light. And you saw how he stood up to Vader. Even managed to land a hit.
And
that wasn't enough.
And the crazy shit is, this isn't like in Iron Man. If you can make God bleed, people tend to believe in him less. Nah, you just piss him off.
Yo, fuck that. I said that when Daki landed a hit. I was like, this is the greatest Jedi ever. I didn't say that, but I was like, yo, this motherfucker.
He became legitimate then.
Yeah, you land a hit on Vader. You are a Jedi Master, my friend.
Any other day, you'd have fucked these people up.
Yeah, that would have been any other of the fucking Inquisitors. Sister 11, Brother 42,
Maul himself.
Omaha hike, like whatever the fuck.
Shit, Maul himself. I believe this guy could have taken him.
Yeah, with that display, he could have fucked up Maul.
Shit. All right, so you want to get into what Dave Filoni was saying?
Yeah, so actually, Dave Filoni had confirmed shit that you would say way back in the day. So the Vader that we saw was one that was, in that given time, as far as removed from Anakin as you can get. Because he said Vader's always been a sliding scale. And the fight against Obi-Wan, the fight against Ahsoka and the on the pyramid thing, right?
Yeah.
And Rebels. Anytime you see a little bit of falter, Anakin shows up, and not Vader. But Filoni was saying that at this point in Vader's life, he was already working towards purging himself of Anakin.
Yeah.
And at this point, he's almost 100%
Vader.
You can never get fully 100% because there always had to be that at least 1% in there for Luke to reach.
Yeah.
Right. So he's 98 in this episode. He's according to Filoni, 98% Vader. That's why he doesn't talk. He doesn't need to talk. He's menacing. He's in full control at all times, no matter what you think is happening.
Yeah.
This is the scariest Vader has ever been.
I was gonna say, I mean, look how scary they made Vader look just by Darth Maul looking at him going, "What are you?"
Yeah.
When Darth Maul was like, "What are you?" I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, shit." Darth Maul didn't seem like the type that was afraid of motherfuckers.
Yo, because you can sense the dark side dripping off of Vader, and for Maul, we've seen in the episode the hatred he has, right?
Yeah.
For Palpatine. And then you show up and you're like, yo, I'm at a fucking 10. And the guy who shows up in front of you is at a 27. You're like, yo, I didn't know numbers can go that high.
Yo, for real.
Then it's funny enough, they asked Sam Witter, the guy who voices Darth Maul in the series, like, why didn't he turn Palpatine in? Why didn't he go to the Jedi and go, yo, Palpatine is Sidious. They're one and the same. There he is. Go get him. And he was saying that if you watch the series and watch that last episode, one of Maul's biggest flaws is his fear. When he was trying to crawl back to his people, he kept looking in the water, in the puddles.
Yeah.
He kept seeing himself as a child because he's afraid of Palpatine. Palpatine took everything from him like he was nothing. And we've seen time and time again in real life, when you're afraid of the person who has harmed you, you don't say shit.
Yeah.
You don't say nothing. You don't say nothing until that dam is broken. And that fear, then you realize you don't have to fear, and then you say something. But what happened?
Yeah.
Darth Maul dies before that happens. He meets Obi-Wan that one last time and gets struck down.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, man, that's the thing. It's like, Darth Maul became a very interesting character in the trilogy series as he was new and all this other shit. But when you really think about it, the one character we don't really see outside of those moments of the split person is Darth Vader. We don't see that Darth Vader character. We see Anakin as a dark side user. You know what I'm saying? So I think just seeing that was like, wow.
Yo, before this, the biggest scene of Vader being a menace, and you're like, yo, you can't stop him, was Rogue One, when he showed up in the hallway.
Yeah.
Then after that, it was in Obi-Wan where he held the ship. And then we're just toying with what's her name?
Yeah, the way he was fighting her was like, this motherfucker's nasty. But then when he's fighting these guys, it's just like, yo, dude.
I said it during when we first watched that, but that's the kind of fighting I wanted to see in Star Wars. Yeah, we have laser swords, we have lightsabers, dope. But y'all motherfuckers have the Force.
Yeah.
That's a different type of martial art that can be used. All that, look at all those fucking stupid videos of the Bushido, not Bushido because that's actual sword, but the bullshito practitioners that fucking do this, never touch a person, and the motherfuckers go flying.
Yeah,
You can
I
do
can
that
put
for
a force
real.
bubble around. Yeah.
That's a full fucking thing you can do.
Shit. And the fact that like he was stopping the blade with his force and he was doing all this other stuff, and he basically was like, I don't even need my lightsaber for your ass. Like that's something also I would like to see. Fucking levels of swordplay and fighting. Because you see it in the original trilogy, I mean in the prequel trilogy with Dooku.
Yeah. So because everybody has different forms. Anakin, I think, is form 5, which is like the wild fucking. I'm just gonna outpower you. Now, don't quote me. I believe that's what it is. What's his name? Obi-Wan is form 3. Dooku, I think, is form 4. I think it's his form. I'm gonna look that up just to make sure.
Which, let me ask you, where all these forms come from?
Oh, that's the lightsaber forms that were made. I think it might have been George Lucas who like started them, and then they were flushed out later on. But it's definitely, you can literally right now if you want, because I've looked at it. I've tried it. You can look up and actually learn the lightsaber forms and do them in practical real life. They're not just some bullshit that they use for you. You can figure it out. You can do it.
Yeah. I was asking just in case if they were, made in the books and, adopted over to the TV show.
So Count Dooku is form 2, Makashi, which is a lightsaber combat style that focuses on dueling and precision. And I'll tell you right now, when you take the lightsaber, form a little bit of form 2. I'm gonna see if I can back this up here. A little bit of form 2. You have your lightsaber. Down, down. Oh, so block, down, up, and around. That's a little bit of the form. So when I attack bottom, attack the top, come over. That's a little bit of form too, because I was looking at specifically Count Dooku's form because I like rapier and fencing and shit like that.
Yeah.
But I believe that's what it is that you can learn. So it's always there's more advanced shit, but the basics, always strike leg, arm, top. And then when you block, down, up, and around for a second strike.
Okay.
Then form 3 is more about is Obi-Wan shit. That I know is defense. His shit is he's a counter puncher like Floyd Mayweather. Yeah. He practices defense and then counter strikes. Let's see, Anakin is form 5. Dimsa, which focuses on overwhelming power and aggressive counterattacks.
And so with his robotic limbs, it makes it easier.
Yeah.
Doesn't that add strength to him?
So it makes it easier. That's what he was using when he was Anakin in the Jedi.
Yeah.
Thing. Then form 5, right? No. Which one is this? I'm not good with Roman numerals. V is 5.
Yeah. The one after
4 would be 4 then.
4, yeah.
So form 4, known as Aturu, which translates to the way of the hawk bat. That's Yoda. Where you use Yoda uses the Force to enhance his speed, agility, and his acrobatic prowess.
Okay.
Yo, now we're in the rabbit hole. I want to see what form my boy used.
Shit. Is it also impressive that Anakin can put the Force through those machinery parts, or is that just
No. Well, I'll tell you in a second. So Qui-Gon also uses Form 4.
the Obi-Wan?
He uses the same as Yoda.
Dooku? Oh, as Yoda.
Yeah. I'm willing to bet because green lightsabers are more Force focused, that's the form they use, because they use the Force to enhance what they do.
Yeah.
Shit. What was your question again?
If,
Oh, the Anakin.
Yeah.
So I'm learning a lot reading this Bane book, right? And the true power of the dark side is your ability to give into it. If you give into it fully, it doesn't matter how you or what you use to channel it. It will just happen.
Okay.
So essentially Vader could force choke you without having to move his hand. But take away the part that for cinematic purposes, it's a visual language to get us to understand what he's doing.
Yeah.
Take that out of it. In universe, him doing this signals to you your brain reaction because you feel your throat closing. And now you see his hand. You know he's got the Force. Now your mind is bugging out because now your mind equates any hand movement as more force, as more reaction, and it doubles what's actually happening to you because now your mind is also attacking you and forcing you to feel things on top of what's being done already.
Okay. I get it. So it's like a mind fuck.
Yeah.
Because you could choke him, but it's like, I'm choking you. Like, this is proof that I'm.
It's kind of like when you walk up to somebody, right? You can walk up to somebody, stand in front of them, stone face, and see the look in their eye and know that they're afraid of you. But what happens when you do that little jump and they recoil? You're like, yo, I didn't even have to do anything but a subtle movement, and you panicked. It's similar to that.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. Okay. But I'm telling you that show, it's fucked up that the Spanish dude died protecting his son.
Somebody had to. You can't have that many people target 3 living people and a robot and no one dies. Because if that's the case, I don't care if Darth Sidious has Vader. The Republic cannot or the Empire could not have won any fucking battles ever. The rebellion would have wiped them out in a fucking matter of hours. You telling me you sent an entire army for 4 people and only one of them died?
Yeah.
Somebody had to fucking die.
Yeah. Somebody had to get hit. Their guns can't be that bad.
Now, you know what's funny? You know, they say that it has been said that the reason stormtroopers suck at shooting is because of the helmets. There is no heads-up display. There's not. It's just this. This is all your whatever gaps you in here. That's what you seeing.
Shit. I mean, you gotta get helmets for millions of the motherfuckers. Of course. You can't expect them to have some kind of technology and millions of them just thinking that the fucking what are they? The Empire isn't that rich.
Yeah, except that they can build Death Stars whenever they fucking want, however they want, with no one noticing.
Yeah, they saved the 30 cents on the technology in the helmets. They made the Death Star with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be in that fucking meeting where they're like, "Yo, so what are we gonna make these guys look like?" Like, well, we need to cut costs somewhere, so we're gonna give them we're gonna give them armor that unfortunately is pervious, not impervious. It's pervious to lightsabers, blasters, rocks, insults, strong wind. Like, what about the helmets? Like, let's just give them baseball caps. It's like, sir, we can't give them baseball caps. That's an easy target for the head. All right. We get helmets, but the helmets, they can't see.
Word.
And if you need, again, it has been said that, but there's no like George Lucas has never said that out loud as canon. But if you need canon proof, go watch the original New Hope. When that stormtrooper walks in and hits his head on the fucking bulkhead because he couldn't see it. If you can find the original, because I don't know, with all the edits George Lucas made, I don't know if he edited that out of what we got now.
Shit. Most likely.
I think there's a cut. I think the cut now is not Han shooting second, is them shooting at the same time. Which your instinct was to have Han shoot first. That makes him the badass that you need. So when Leia comes in and makes him soft and gets him on the side, there's a journey that he goes through. Not he was a punk the whole time. Like,
yeah.
Not to mention, you're sitting 3 feet away from him. You can't hit him with you hit wide left. Or what is it? Ride. God damn it.
Wide right.
Wide right. As I have a fucking stroke live on stream.
Why?
Yeah, you hit him wide. Why?
Why you hit this man like why? Yeah, I'm also updating my fucking watch, but yeah. This is the crazy shit about Star Wars. There's so much shit that happened outside of the movies, inside of the fucking books, and then it's like George Lucas said some shit. This guy said some shit. They adopted some shit. They didn't take away some shit. They didn't do this. They didn't do that. But as long as Luke Skywalker is a human and can kill his nephew without any fucking reason, we're all good. We're all safe. We're all safe. Man turned Darth Vader, but he can't fucking take on Ben.
Well, shit, in other Star Wars news, there might be trouble on the horizon for Mandalorian and Grogu.
Oh, shit. Hold on, before we get to that, I want to ask you, I know how come Rey didn't necessarily know how to fight with the lightsaber. How the fuck does Ben, what's his name? Is his Sith name?
Kylo Ren.
How the fuck does he not know how to fight with a lightsaber?
Well, it was. I think it was said that he was still in his training, like he didn't complete his full training, and the fact that there were no lightsabers to fight. There are no other duelists for him to fight. He just stayed at that level. He never progressed.
Shit. You think Vader would have took him as an apprentice?
I don't know. I don't know, because here's the funny thing, right? This is what makes no sense. Ben Solo is a trainee or an apprentice, a Padawan of Luke Skywalker in Luke Skywalker's Jedi Temple, right? His academy. You don't think that Obi-Wan, Yoda, Qui-Gon, and not one fucking Force Ghost showed up?
Yeah.
Luke didn't say anything about Force Ghosts talking. Not one thing about, hey, the people on the other side are not fully gone. They reach out. Just because you're dead or just because you die here doesn't mean you die within the Force. Like, not one lesson that would clue in Ben Solo or Kylo that, hey, I'm reaching out to Vader and Vader's not showing up. Maybe because Vader's not real. Anakin is the fucking...
Yeah. He's the Jedi that returned.
Yeah. But what do I know, right?
Yeah.
Luke would never dare teach his Padawans about Force Ghosts. He's only there to kill them.
Yes. When you become of age, we will kill you. And if you survive that, then you have my permission to die.
Yo, no. when you come of age, we will kill you. And if you survive that, then I will kill myself.
And then you will run a mile.
Yeah. But he got a vision. Kylo was going to destroy everything. Cool. You can't just talk to him?
Nope.
Or, so here's the thing. Because in the comics, I believe what happened was, not Palpatine. Who the fuck was the guy that turned out to be nothing? Snoke.
No.
General Snoke was manipulating him through the little Force vision things, where he would talk to him and shit like that. That's what it was saying in the prequel comics. Maybe if you talk to the motherfucker, you can get an inkling of what the fuck's happening, and that somebody else is reaching out to him. And what am I basing that on? I'm basing that on the 30 seconds he looked at Rey and was like, "There's too much dark side in you. Get the fuck out of here." He don't know this bitch from nothing. Talk to her for 30 seconds and already like, nope, fuck you.
The dark side is in you. And I can't turn you because I've done it already and you only get one.
Yeah. You only get one turn as a Jedi, and I did my one turn years ago.
And if you want to prove you're a Jedi or a Skywalker, turn Ben. As for I couldn't kill him,
You
even
must
though
turn,
he could have killed him.
You must turn Ben and find a way to kill Palpatine, but not in the way he wants you to kill Palpatine. Because if you do it in the way he wants, he then becomes you. But if you could kill him in a way that's not suitable for him, he dies and nobody cares.
None's the wise. Yep, makes sense.
Because everybody knows, they take cues from real life. Everybody knows, right? Everybody knows that when you commit a murder, if you don't do it the way the murdered person wanted it, you go scot-free. There is no crime. Watch YouTube take us off for talking about this shit.
Yeah, right? Shit. Sorry, Dyer.
You have been demonetized, so your first ever earnings will come to us.
Shit. Sorry, so what was you saying about Grogu and the Mandalorian?
So, they released the scene. Who I don't know if it's the writer or I don't know if it's the actor. But that scene was like, yeah, shit. If it's that one scene, okay, then it's the fucking actor. If it's not that one scene, we're in for a rough fucking watch.
Yeah.
Because I watched it on my own and was like, Whoo, shit. Then I watched somebody else react to it. But who I watched react to it was a female game streamer. Right? She plays video games. She might be into Star Wars, but I don't know her to be into Star Wars that much where she's like critical. Right? And watching her reaction, I was like, ooh, this movie's gonna make $20 in the theaters.
Damn. Good thing they let that scene out because they didn't. People might want to see it.
Yo, but that's the thing. That's the scene they picked. If that's the scene they picked, why? What did they not show us?
Word.
Dude, her first thing after the video finished, her first reaction was, who wrote this shit?
Damn. And that's bad enough.
But again, Star Wars needs a win that's not on a fucking streaming platform that most people don't care about. This is supposed to be the win. But remember, he did this for general audiences because he didn't want to get too in the weeds with the lore.
Well, I mean, if Luke can be a human, so can Grogu.
Yo, that's another weird thing. You know how in the scene the puppetry kind of look, or in the show, the puppetry kind of looks cool. It's done well enough that you actually think Grogu is alive.
Yeah.
And part of the beginning of this scene, they jump on some sort of fucking Empire vehicle. And Mando was essentially like, yo, hop on. And he tells Grogu. And it looks like somebody was off camera and just tossed the doll up there. It didn't look like Grogu jumped and did his thing. It just looked like somebody off camera took the puppet and threw it up to Mando.
When does this come out?
In a few weeks.
What is it, Memorial Day weekend?
No, yeah, the 22nd, I believe. I'm looking at my calendar. Yeah.
Memorial Day is the
Friday.
25th, right?
Yep.
Shit.
So next Friday it comes out. Which we will go see because we must report.
Yeah. Speaking of report, do you want to do your review of Mortal Kombat?
All right. So how are we doing this since you have yet to see the movie?
I'm gonna mute you, and then you just wave to me when you're ready.
Now, I need a dedicated signal, just in case I start moving my hands, and you mistake what I'm doing. What's this?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So, Mortal Kombat 2, a way better fucking movie than Mortal Kombat 2021. There's actually a tournament, although the tournament is a little more apparent than it is in the video games, but that's all right. There's a real tournament. There's real stakes. There's shit that happens in there that was dope. So I'm going to break it down, right? Right off the bat, Johnny Cage and Katana are the main characters in this movie. Everybody else is in here, but they're sidelined to secondary characters, right? The tournament itself has rules that it's weird. Everything they did in this movie makes sense for the movie itself, but you can nitpick the shit out of it if you really wanted to critique. So, like in the movie, the tournament has rules. If you lose, or there's 5 combatants on each side. Once all 5 are defeated in the tournament, that side loses, and that's it. Earthrealm has already lost 9. This is the 10th tournament, right? Now they lost. Now, for those who don't remember, because I had to look it up myself, in Mortal Kombat 2021, they had already lost 9 tournaments. Shang Tsung just tried to circumvent the tournament and try to take out all of Earth's warriors beforehand so that the tournament will be a forfeit. So this is the now 10th tournament. Normally in Mortal Kombat, you lose the fight, you die. Mortal Kombat. Death. Here, you can lose, and if the other side decides not to kill you, you live. So that comes into play. Johnny Cage is a retired actor. His glory days were back in the 80s and 90s, maybe the early 2000s. He was hilarious in the movie. This is actually a scene where he's fighting Baraka, or before he fights Baraka, he does this whole monologue because Liu Kang is like, yo, we need you to help us. I will fight you because I know your tribe respects that and blah, blah, blah. And Baraka's like, fuck out of here. You can't beat Shao Kahn anyway. We're not going to help you. So Johnny Cage shows up and is like, oh, I didn't know y'all were a bunch of fucking pussies. I didn't know y'all would run away from a fight. And he's just started taunting. So Baraka's like, all right, fine. I will accept your challenge. Liu Kang is like, cool, let's go. And Baraka's like, no, not you. Him. And he points to Johnny. And Johnny's like, what? I'm not fighting this fucking dude. This is you. And they look at him like, yo, Johnny, you got to fight him. And he looks at Sonya Blade. He's like, I got stuntmen who do this shit. I don't do this. Which was fucking hilarious. But essentially, Johnny is he's the karate champion that went into the movies. And then his movie career just ended. And he got kind of left behind. Right? But he's not trying to prove himself this time. This is not like in the first, in the 1995 one where he wanted to show everybody he was legit. He legitimately was like, yo, fuck this. Like, they brought him in, they explained the rules, they told him what was happening. And he was like, nah, send me back. I'm not fucking fighting. This is bullshit. So the reason they give that Johnny is now on the team is because Kung Lao died. There has to be 5 fighters on each side. So he was the next warrior in line. No longer is it the dragon symbol that leads into your right to be in the tournament or your passage. That they retconned that bullshit. Now the Elder Gods he was the next in line on the bench. Kung Lao was out. You put him in. So he didn't want to fight. He gets sent back to Earthrealm. Right? And they're like, yo, you can go back, but here's the problem. You're in the tournament regardless. So when the time comes for the fights, you're going to get summoned, whether you like it or not. He goes and runs off. Right? Now, I know what you're asking before I continue. What happened to Cole Young? Well, Cole Young is here. He gives a whole fucking speech about this is Mortal Kombat, Earthrealm protection. He left his wife and kids, and if he dies, he's fine with it. If he dies, he's fine with it. So we'll figure out what happens to him in a bit. So Earthrealm has Cole Young, Jax, Sonya, Liu Kang, and now Johnny Cage. Outworld has Katana, Jade, Sindel. Who the fuck else was in there? Katana, Jade, Sindel, Shao Kahn himself. And I don't think there ever was I don't remember who the fifth fighter was. So we're gonna go over the tournament right now. First round. So Johnny gets picked. His first round match is against Katana, right? And this is after, of course, Shao Kahn beat the shit out of King Jared. Yo, when he took over Adenia, he beat the fuck out of Jared. Jared showed like a moment of he might win, and then no, he got fucking hammered. And then Sindel gave up like easily. It was weird how quickly Sindel fucking caved in. But the first round matchups were Johnny Cage and Katana, Sindel versus Sonya. It was yeah, I know who's the fifth person. So it was Sindel versus Sonya, Jax versus Jade, Cole versus Shao Kahn, and Liu Kang versus a Revenant version of Kung Lao. So getting into the tournament, Katana beats the shit out of Johnny Cage because Johnny Cage doesn't want to fight. He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't want to be there. So he loses. First match, he loses, but Katana doesn't kill him. So Earthrealm is down 1, but Johnny Cage gets to go back and still be in the movie, right? Quan Chi comes up and says that he found Shinnok's amulet. So they need to resurrect the person who has it, or the person who knows where it is because he stole it, which is Kano. They resurrect Kano, but he's not a Revenant. And there's a funny line where Quan Chi's like, yo, this man has no soul to resurrect. I can't treat him like all the other Revenants. I just had to bring him back. And they're like, yo, Kano, where the fuck is the amulet? And he's like, it's probably just in my pocket where everything else I steal is. And they find it. They take it. There's a whole sideline thing with him, which I'll get into after the tournament. So Katana wins. Earthrealm is down 1. But she let Johnny Cage live because Katana is, of course, talking to Raiden. She's kind of feeding us information. She's really on our side. Then Sindel versus Sonya happens in kind of like the pit area. You ever know when you're fighting on the bridge and you uppercut the dude and he falls all the way down to the spikes on the ground? It's kind of that area where they fight. Sindel, as she does in the game, she just screams for most of the fight. Sonya finally gets her down and she kills her by slamming her fucking head through the spike. So now it's 1-1. 1 down for Outworld, 1 down for Earthrealm. Then Jax faces Jade, and Katana tells them that Jade is her friend. So if you can spare her life, please do so. Well, Jax beats the hell out of Jade, and he spares her life. And he was like, yo, you spare one of us, we spare one of you. So now Outworld is down Sindel and Jade. They both lost. Then you go to Liu Kang versus Kung Lao. And Kung Lao, he's a Revenant here. They fight. It's a fierce battle. And then Liu Kang makes the decision. He's like, yo, this is not you. I will come find you eventually and bring you back and save you. But it's just not going to be now. And he kills Kung Lao. So now Outrealm is down 3. They only got Katana and they only got Shao Kahn. Where Earthrealm has Jax, Sonya, and Liu Kang. Now what everybody's worried about. Cole Young fights fights Shao Kahn. Before this, they take the amulet. They run up on when the Revenant of Kung Lao comes back to challenge Liu Kang. They run up on Raiden's temple. Kung Lao slashes Raiden's throat. Lightning and light is pouring out of his throat. They take the power from Raiden and they charge the amulet so that they can use it to raise Shinnok. So they got the first part of this down. They need more things to happen in order to fully unlock it. But Quan Chi takes the amulet and puts it to Shao Kahn, Shao Kahn's chest, and gives him the immortality, essentially. Right, the power of Raiden. He's immortal. Cole doesn't know this going in, so Cole Young fighting Shao Kahn. Cole's armor is doing what it does. He's taking a beating. He's using it as force. This scene was Louis Tan he's the guy who plays Cole Young, getting to go off, getting to go out on a high note, because this fight scene was pretty good. They fought in the acid pit, and normally where like Reptile lives, in that stage, the literal acid pit, a small little bridge, acid on each side, which was kind of dope. Cole Young is holding his own against Shao Kahn. Then he actually fucking takes his nightstick things. I forget what the fuck they call them, but Banfa sticks. That's what it is. And he fucks up Shao Kahn. If Shao Kahn wasn't immortal, wasn't cheating, he would have won. But of course, Shao Kahn heals because he's immortal. He slams Cole Young down, and the one spot that's not protected, Cole Young's head, gets smashed to pieces by Shao Kahn's hammer. He's dead. That's what happens to Cole Young. So then we go into round 2 of the tournament, and I'm just doing the tournament part right now. I'll get back into everything else in a second. But round 2 of the tournament actually has a weird thing that happens. So, matter of fact, I'll get into what happens for the rest of the movie now because it ties in. So, the rest of the movie is Katana coming back and forth to Earthrealm, trying to see how Raiden is, trying to, feed us information. She gets caught by Jade. Jade turns her in. Shao Kahn said she's a traitor and strings her up in the town square where her father died. So she's essentially prisoner right now, right? The amulet of Shinnok was hidden in another realm, and it was given to Noob Saibot, who now, Bihan, who was Sub-Zero, was reincarnated as Noob Saibot. So Raiden has to tell Johnny Cage and Kano to go down and retrieve it because they need it back to break it so Raiden could get his power back. Kano decides, fuck this. Earthrealm is so much better than Outworld and other shit. So he's back on the good guy's side for now. So Johnny Cage and Johnny Cage and Kano go down to the Netherrealm to go retrieve this amulet, but they need a guide. The guide happens to be Scorpion. Scorpion, once he hears Bihan's alive, Scorpion's like, fuck this. Let's go kill his ass. That leads to, a whole big fight. While they're trying to get the amulet, the second round begins, and it essentially turns into a 3-man fight. A 3-on-1. Because Liu Kang, Sonya Blade, and Jax decide, fuck it. We're going to jump Shao Kahn right now. Shao Kahn holds his own, and he kills Jax. So Jax is down. So now it's only Liu Kang and Sonya versus Shao Kahn, and essentially still Katana. But Shao Kahn says, fuck it, we're going to the end of the tournament right now. And he challenges both Liu Kang and Sonya Blade. So while they're down in the Netherrealm fighting, which I'm not gonna lie, the Scorpion Noob Saibot shit was not as good as the Scorpion Sub-Zero fight in the beginning of MK1. This was a little more gimmicky with him jumping in and out of shadows and coming back. It was all right again for the movie. For what happened in the movie, the fight was all right, but nitpicking, that whole sequence could have been a little bit better. But essentially what happens is Shao Kahn fights off both Sonya and Liu Kang. He incapacitates Sonya, so she's out. Then Liu Kang turns around and says, "Oh, Raiden told me I am not the one to win this tournament. I am not the one to kill you, Shao Kahn. I have something else to do. I have to go save Kung Lao." So he turns into his fiery self, and Shao Kahn kills him, sends him to the underworld, to another realm. So by all accounts, everybody's off the board from Earth Realm. Shao Kahn just won Mortal Kombat for Outworld. That's it. Except for the fact that Sonya Blade, before being incapacitated, was able to unlock Katana. And Katana renounced Outworld and joined Earthrealm. And in the thing, the visual cues of the 5-on-5 fighters, the lanterns that were there, her lantern jumps from Outworld to Earthrealm, making it 1-on-1 again. But of course, she's fighting a fucking immortal being. She's holding her own. She's dodging. She's dipping. She's stabbing him, but nothing's working. At the same time, the final fight begins down in another realm. Noob Saibot holds the amulet. Scorpion is trying to hold him in place. Jade is there now. She's now on the good side. Kano is trying to laser eye this fucking thing. And then they look at Johnny, and Johnny's like, "Yo, you need to do something." And Johnny Cage is like, "Yo, you know what my power is? I'm Johnny fucking Cage." And he does a shadow kick. Breaks the amulet. Right in time as Shang Tsung is trying to put the final nail in Raiden's coffin. Raiden heals up, comes back to life. And fucking Katana, she then gets to actually get her vengeance, where she takes her spinning fans, sticks them into the head of Shao Kahn, and spins them. All right, she takes the helmet off. You see his face, and then his head flaps off into 3 parts. She wins the tournament for Earthrealm, saving off Invasion for now, reclaiming the throne of Edenia or Outworld. Not on her own doing. The people just fucking put her up there. So her and Jade are now in control. The rest of the Johnny Cage is talking to Baraka, because he was like, after their fight, he was like, "Yo, Baraka was like, yo, you got to come back and train me. Teach me your ways." So he's telling the story of what the fuck's happening. They all come up, and they turn around and go, "Hey, it's time for us to go get our friends in another room." They want to go and save everybody who died. They essentially Liu Kang, see if they can get Jax back, see if they can get Kung Lao back. That's how it ends. The Earthrealm fighters are going to another realm to retrieve their dead. Katana is the queen of Edenia / Outworld. There was no end credit scene, so there was no tease for the third movie. I guess the tease was maybe the third one it'll just be like the first, where there's no tournament. They're just going down to free people. Because there is nothing. There is no challenge to Earth right now. Unless Quan Chi, who's still around, finds some way to bring up Shinnok, the amulet is broken, or they have somebody else fight in one of the other realms, the realm of light or the realm of justice or another realm itself. Unless somebody else poses a challenge, the third one is not going to have anything to do with any type of tournament. because that would be the first out of trying to win 10 in a row. So I don't know what they're doing with the next one. But overall, I know I was a little jumbled all over the place. I didn't do scene by scene. That's just how I am. But overall, this was a massive improvement over the 2021 version. I still think that the 1995 version is the better of the two. But this was a massive improvement. This was definitely a must-watch if you're a Mortal Kombat fan. This will scratch the itch that you have. Everything they did, like I said, from an in-movie point of view, made sense. But from an watching it on the outside, it's kind of like, oh, you brought Johnny Cage in, but then you made him lose in the first round of the tournament. Why bring him in? But again, if you're watching the movie, it makes sense that he lost in the first round because he didn't even want to be there, didn't even know he was going to be there, didn't even want to hit Katana, really, because he doesn't hit women. So everything kind of makes sense. It's an 8 out of 10 for me. Recommend, go watch if you haven't already seen it. Those are my thoughts. Let's get Toad back in here. I don't even know if she's watching. Cut the power. Cut power. He might be asleep. Who knows? Look at it. My man doesn't even watch his own stream as it's live happening. But, ladies and gentlemen, while we're waiting for him to come back, there he is. But you didn't see the queue?
If you just did it, I just turned my back to put something in my bag. So,
I was doing this, then I went and cut the power. Like,
my bad. I did. Yeah, but we're back now.
Yeah, so that was Mortal Kombat 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
In my jumbled review there.
But hopefully this weekend I'll go watch it or some shit, But yeah, I mean that Mortal Kombat. I heard some people say it was worse than the first one. It was better than the first one. So I don't know.
The thing I could tell you is I basically tell you what I said at the end here, which is if you can nitpick this movie to death, right? But everything they did made sense in universe.
Okay.
So inside the movie itself, everything kind of made sense. So I would say that this is a massive improvement over the 2021 version. But like I said a minute ago, I still prefer the 1995 version.
Okay. Again, that's where I was like, are they saying that it's not better than the first one, like the original first one, or the first one that they made?
No, this is 100% better than the 2021 version.
Okay.
I will argue with anybody on that topic.
All right. But now, the run of the evening. Daredevil, the season finale. Man, did that shit hit.
Yo, Daredevil has to be, or this season finale has to be the greatest episode of Daredevil, hands down. I said it at the top of the show. Hands down, I'll fight anybody on it. It was you can ask Toe. This was my Ghost Rider moment. And if you don't know what that means, back in the day, they did a show called Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't know if anybody remembers that. But in the 5th season, they brought in Ghost Rider, Robbie Reyes specifically. And you can ask Toe, every time my man was on screen, I got fucking giddy. I was like, they're doing this, they're doing that, they're doing that. Same shit happened during Daredevil, this final episode. Everything they did had me hype and more hype and more hype and more hype till my heart was gonna explode in my chest. Yeah, I just did a whole thing talking about Mortal Kombat. You want to take this one?
Shit. Well, listen, it starts off with the court. And I don't know about you, Cap, but I don't remember them giving the caveat that this wasn't a Daredevil show, this was a lawyer show. But this was a fucking, even though this was it was not a conventional law courtroom where she was tried by a peer of the jury of her peers. This was more like a court martial look like type shit where it was, you know, you could be judged by judges. Yeah, like this was, you know, a basically a public hanging of this woman, and Matt just was ready to, at all costs. He's like, it does not matter what I have to sacrifice or what I have to do. We're winning this. And he outed himself as Daredevil. And Kingpin took the bait. And that motherfucker said, okay, so you saying the Daredevil was on that ship, right? Yeah, all right. I am Daredevil. So I am a witness. And that, you know, that just fucking set everything off.
Yo,
You could see the judge was like, yo, finally, I have something to go against this motherfucker.
because Matt played the perfect thing. Matt was like, my client is not on trial. Fisk is not on trial. This whole trial is to adjudicate if the Safer Street Act is even lawful. But how can it be lawful when he just uses his jackbooted thugs to further his criminal agenda? And that's when the judge was like, yo, you're right. Let's get the fuck out of here. We don't even have the authority to fucking rule in this case. Peace out, everybody.
Word. Oh, it's dinner time. We gotta go to sleep. But yeah, and then you see, I don't know what it is, man. Maybe I'm just a misguided midget asshole with dreams of ruining the world, also from Kew Gardens, getting by on her tits. And if you don't get the reference, it's a Last Dragon reference, so fuck you. But yeah, I don't know what it is. For some reason, this episode just made me close to the fist. I felt like, you know how you just like you just feel connected to some characters, like you feel connected to Cap, but also Dr. Doom and all, you know, those characters. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta clarify. I don't feel connected to Doom.
Yeah, you just admire.
I can appreciate the writing and I can appreciate things about Doom. I do feel connected to Cap, Daredevil, and Ghost Rider, and on the DC side, Green Lantern.
Yeah,
Those are what I feel for. But you, I don't know what it is. This man, I'm over here. Matt does something lawyery, and I'm like, yeah. Wilson Fisk gets up and says, you know what? Fuck it. If New York doesn't want me, I will burn it down. And literally starts killing civilians. And Toe is like, yeah.
That's how, he punched some dude and that motherfucker flew, and I was like, yes, finally, we get to see the brute strength of Kingpin.
Yeah, finally, he's not hitting somebody that's highly tuned and fucking highly trained, and his body is set up to be above Olympic level athlete.
Yes, you understand now what the issue was. No, but yo, dude, it was because it always felt like he was holding back for some reason. It was Vanessa. He was under the thumb of the fucking Fontaine something. He was trying to put on this false bravado for the city, something. And then he just said, fuck it, open the door. Open the fucking door. Let's go. Let's go. And then just started whipping everybody. I was like, yes, there goes my guy. Unleashed.
He's walking down, punching the shit out of civilians dressed up in Daredevil costumes. Like bad cosplay, right? Who were there to protest. And as they're showing the slow motion of him punching one dude and his jaw neck breaking, throwing the other guy to the wall. Toe's sitting up with his air guitar, just there goes my hero, watch him as he goes.
You know, shit, pretty much. I was like, there you go. Because I just felt it. I just felt it. Like I could see, like I'm not the type of person that I need love from the city or whatever the fuck. Like, you know, he for some reason he needs to be acknowledged or whatever the case may be. Like this is weak. It's just that rage is like, fuck it. Because when he decapitated that dude with the car door in the original series, I was like, there you go. Show me something. Now I see this fucking power. It's like, for too long you've been hiding from me. You've been this. Where's the kingpin that I imagined? And there he goes. There he goes. I don't know. It's just that what is it? The catharsis of him just beating the shit out of everybody. He's like finally unhinged. And the crazy part is
just how fucking hilarious the catharsis of Fisk letting loose and beating the shit out of people for you, and for me, the catharsis of the law actually working and this motherfucker putting himself on the line, and it actually goes the way it's supposed to.
Yo, bro, I'm telling you, it's some crazy
if
shit.
we are not the light and the dark side,
right? Shit. Yo, dude, it's funny how it ends though. He killed so many people in that hallway and on the boat and all that bullshit, and just in general. And they put him on an island. They said, yo, get out of here. Daredevil protected everybody. Said, you got to go to jail, bro. What you did was illegal. What he did was, we got to, what's in his hand? It's my wife's car.
Now, I agree with you. It is fucking bullshit that he got to retire in Cancun or wherever in Belize, and Matt got put in a jail cell. Justice for Matt. But what do you think is a better outcome? Sending the guy who will not stop murdering anybody who lives in New York far away, or trying to put him in a jail in which he'll just kill everybody in that jail and then walk out?
Who are you asking? The Punisher?
I'm asking you.
No. I don't know. I felt like that scene would have made New York a better place. I was almost going to do that shit on the plane today. Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy. You ever had someone skip the line? But the way they skip the line pissed you off?
Can I tell a short story before you continue, or should I wait till after?
No, tell the short story.
In Italy, they don't give a shit about personal space. This is my hand to the camera.
Yeah.
You see there's that much space. I was literally standing in line with this much space in between me and the next person, the person in front of me. And this old fucking bitch just walked right in, bumped me out of the way, and took my place in line. Because there was too much space. So I gave her the right of way.
And then when you throw it through the window.
Here I am, a fucking military man who's already hated. What am I going to do? Yell at an old lady in a crowd of her own fucking people?
See, this is where the catharsis, because Fisk could have threw it through the fucking window and had someone shoot her 52 times. And then helped her home.
Yeah, well, that was that was in what, 2005? We're 20 years removed, 21 years removed from that. So I'm going to be a little bit of a dark side user right now. She got her justice. She wasn't going to be around this fucking 20 past years.
Word. But yo, dude. So this guy, he gets in front of like the people, like three people in front of me. But he's just like creeping his way on. He's trying to be invisible. You know, like a bitch. He's doing it like a bitch. And I'm sitting there and he's standing there. And I'm like, yo, I want to snap this nigga's neck just for the fact that he's a bitch. Like, I'll leave him in line. He could be dead, but in line. Like, I'll hold him there. Like, you got your spot, bro. That's fine. But the fact that you did it like a bitch, I gotta just one time I gotta break your neck. Just one time. I'm not gonna turn you into Kurt Angle every time I see you, you know what I'm saying? But he got his justice though, because before then, apparently people coming to New York are stupid. The people who come into this country, New York country, is stupid. They should be a test. There should be a test because first off, they don't know what group they're in. Second off, they don't know what you can only have one carry-on and one personal bag. The dude had to get on the megaphone 4 times to tell people you cannot have more than one personal bag, asshole. Like he at one point he was like, "Come on, let's stop being stupid." He said it. Let's come on. You know the rules have always been a carry-on and a personal. Put your shit away. Because there was so many people bringing so many bags on, and then no one knew what group they were in. So he gets in, and they said, "Yo, you have to zip up the extended part of the bag. You know when the bag extends, you have to zip that up because there's not enough room." His shit wasn't zipped, so they told him, and he tried to scan his ticket, and they said, "No, you have to zip that up." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" Because he was so confused, the dude said, "Get off the line and go zip the shit up," and then everyone skipped him. So everybody that he skipped got in ahead of him, and I was like, I just passed him and said, "Fucking bitch." And I walked through. I was like, you're so.
Now imagine if Vincent D'Onofrio, not even the Kingpin, if Vincent D'Onofrio would have showed up and punched a hole in his chest.
It would have been beautiful. They're lucky that they must have fucking Narcan the baby or some shit, because there was a baby that was crying while we was getting on the plane. Like, the whole 2 hours I was waiting for this plane, the baby's crying. Then we got on the plane, the baby wasn't crying no more, because I was like, you about to be some Chinese rice getting thrown out the motherfucking plane over North Carolina. That baby gonna go gone. He's young enough to be replaced. I was not in a good mood. And then we were on the tarmac for an hour before we even take off. So badly, I want to be like, what's the issue? The sky is empty. Go into this, we're a plane, we fly. There isn't traffic. What's going on here? Motherfucker.
It's a miracle you made it to the stream today.
Yo, dude, even the turbulence up there was like, the woman next to me started screaming like we was about to fucking die. Ah! I'm like, what are you doing?
You sitting next to Rasputia? What the fuck?
Some Asian woman. Yeah, there was a lot of Asian and Indian people. I don't know what they're doing in Florida, but
I'm talking about Norbit. Not.
Oh nah, shit. I know you're talking about the screaming and shit, but nah.
I don't know how you took that comment and went, there's a lot of minorities in it.
No,
minority man.
She was Asian. That was the woman who was Asian. Just so happened to be of Asian descent.
Yo, you ever hear that Bill Barr joke? He's like, black guys versus white dudes. Like, black guys get away with saying racist shit because they know how to say it versus white guys. Because he's like, oh, black dudes would be like, man, look at this Asian motherfucker. And everybody's like, yeah, man, look at this motherfucker. But he's like, white guys put it before. White guys are like, look at this motherfucking Asian. They're like, whoa. He's like, yo, if we just make the adjustment, put it at the end, it would save a whole lot of time.
Word. Shit, but yeah. but that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes it should be legal to fucking put some sense in the motherfuckers. But going back to the
yo, this episode was so good.
Yeah.
What have I been saying? My biggest worry is when it comes to the White Tiger characters.
That the girl herself was too young.
Yeah. This episode was so good that when she activated the amulet and was kicking ass, I was like, all right, this isn't so bad. Let's go.
Yeah.
Who else could she kick out? Who else could she fucking pounce on?
You know, I kind of wanted to see that gang versus guy, like the capoeira ending where the mob just makes a circle and you have Daredevil and Kingpin fight it out at the end. But you saw Daredevil was like, no, we can't do this. We can't turn into the vigilante task force.
Yeah, he was like, yo, we already won. We don't steal victory, or don't steal. What is it? Don't steal defeat from the jaws of victory.
Hold on, I'm gonna put that in there and let's see if they change it.
Yeah, let's see what the actual quote is.
Snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Yeah, there you go. So I was right. Like, they had already won. Giving Fisk anything that can fucking free him or prevent their already victorious moment was a no-go. That's why him and Jessica Jones were trying to stop everybody from rushing up there. And there was that one moment, that one dude who, when Fisk came out covered in blood, he was panicking. And then the next shot, he's one of the first people up there. I'm like, where the fuck you running? Who are you swinging on? You were just shitting yourself 2 seconds ago. What the fuck are you going to fight? Then we get to the surprise ending. Because Jessica Jones sitting with her daughter in her office, and who comes walking through the door? Michael Cotier, fucking Luke Cage himself. He is back, despite the fact that this motherfucker's been saying that he's not in this show at all. Anytime they tell you they're not in it, expect them to show up.
So no one asked the motherfucker who played the part of the Karate Man in Iron Fist.
No, don't ask him shit. Don't talk to him. Don't say nothing.
Yeah, word. Don't even let him know that these shows exist. I don't understand people like, oh, he deserves a second chance. Yeah, that was season 2. Season 2 was the second chance. What the fuck? How many second chances do you get? Fucking bullshit. But yeah, that was dope. Luke Cage. You said they had to nerf Jessica Jones, which is crazy. They nerfed Jessica Jones, but they buffed Kingpin.
But they didn't buff Kingpin. Kingpin just
Well, I mean, unless he was holding back in that boxing match.
Yes, of course he was, because he was the fucking mayor. And if he would have walked in there and put his fist through the guy's head, that would have been a live fucking murder that they could charge him for. You, above all people, should know that he's not stupid.
Yeah. He's not stupid.
You remember, he punched the trainer halfway to fucking Guam.
Motherfucker just landed 2 days ago. Yeah.
Yeah, but they had to nerf Jessica Jones because it'll be pretty fucking obvious that if you had the bulletproof, super strong woman, or anybody for that matter, if Luke Cage showed up, you would not need Daredevil. So this is the weird thing, right? Because the Defenders happened. It's canon. We saw it. They know each other. And Daredevil held his own with 4 other powered individuals because Daredevil is that good. But they've established in this world such a ground level fucking realism, even more so than the Netflix show, that now when you bring Jessica Jones in, you're like, but just send her in, Matt. You're in hiding. Like, you let her deal with
Yeah.
like that would have been the inclination. It's like
the backstory though.
It's kind of like when Okoye saw what Wanda can do.
Yeah.
She was like, why was she up there?
Word. But I mean, the backstory for why she wasn't helping, it makes sense.
It could. I mean, she was experimented on, and then her body changed, giving birth, hormones and all that shit. So who knows how that fucked with the experimental shit they gave her.
Yeah. And Mr. Purple Man is dead, right?
I think so.
Would you want to see him come back?
Only for the fact that that actor did a fucking amazing job in that role. I mean, yeah, but I don't think we need him.
So do you think, is there a season 3 coming?
They're already filming it.
All right.
Remember, I told you I already
Yeah.
saw. I already saw some shit.
Ah. Shit.
It's coming out in 2027.
Now, this isn't the same. Well, it can be because people know he's Daredevil, but this isn't the same story where he got arrested as Matt Murdock and Punisher went in there to protect him because he couldn't fight. He couldn't protect himself. Otherwise, they would have known that he was Daredevil.
No, I think that so there was a comic run where Matt went to jail for being Daredevil, and they knew he was Daredevil. I think that I'm gonna look it up because I think that run ends with him joining the Hand and becoming the leader of the Hand, and he had his true Shadowland black suit. But I'm gonna look it up. Talk amongst yourselves because I know this is this is the part of the show that's always interesting.
Shit. Speaking of the suit, the Shadowland black suit, didn't you what was you expecting when they opened up the bag? What suit was you expecting?
I was expecting his red one.
What?
I was expecting the red one.
Oh, the original one?
Yeah.
Would that have made a difference to you?
I think that would have, judging by the fact that everybody else was wearing the Daredevil red, I think that would have cemented a little more visually, as in terms of visual storytelling, that where Daredevil stands when it comes to either with the people or with the establishment.
What about that red and yellow one?
Although the red and yellow one works, and I like the way it looks, that's too tied into a lighter hearted story. I don't think that would have worked for the darkness that they were going for here. Again, the original red one works only because everyone else is in that red. So now you become part of.
Yeah.
Instead of,
But do you think he would have been
Sorry.
visually lost on TV?
Huh?
You think he would have been visually lost on TV? Would he just blended in with the rest of
If
the people?
you can look at that scene and Daredevil in his real costume gets lost amongst hoodies and paper mache masks, your name is show.
Well, he wasn't watching that though. He was watching the drug enforcement agency relations show.
My man was watching the Daredevil show that's about what the fuck is that dude's name? The actual dude, Evil Knievel. That's the Daredevil show he was watching.
He was watching the Daredevil episode with the Hulk back in the 90s. Shit. Yeah, man, that episode was crazy. This is the thing that we're talking about when we're talking about putting together shows. This show built up to a huge climax. That season finale made such a huge impact because everything that happened in the show led up to that part. as opposed to the Acolyte or She-Hulk or Boba Fett. What other shows did we not like?
I didn't really like the Obi-Wan show.
I watched it again. After watching it again, it's better. But then I just watched it for Obi-Wan and Darth Vader.
Yeah, no, there were parts of it that were good. I'm just looking up there's too much for me to read to go through. Well, I'll report back later on that whole in the comics he went to jail shit.
Yeah.
But my big thing is it breaks canon. You can't tell me that in a private moment with no one around and a droid that is going specifically to find Kenobi, that Leia would turn around and say, "My father told me to call you. You're my only hope." Like, she's not going to bring up the fact that they know each other. Because it's already a secret message that you're already sending out to him. If somebody captures the droid and views the message, they already know you're talking to Ben Kenobi. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. They already know. So why wouldn't you fucking say a personal thing? Because you know the motherfucker. You met him when you were 9 or 5 or however old she was.
Yeah.
Why would Luke not know what the fuck a lightsaber is? Or a fucking Jedi or the dark side when Reva showed up at his fucking house? And his aunt and uncle had to defend himself. And he saw the fucking blade. He saw her.
Yeah.
Like, all unnecessary shit. It's unnecessary what they did.
I mean, when you put it in that context, yeah, that it does make sense.
That's the only reason why I'm saying I don't like the show. I do like Hayden Christensen getting to come in and finally getting to show that he can act and being Anakin and what he did with all those scenes and him as Vader and all that shit. That I'm fine with.
Because that doesn't necessarily tie into Princess Leia. That could just be the history that happened.
And there was one other thing with the fire and something like that in the first time they run up with each other.
Yeah.
That was dumb based if you know the lore, like.
What are you talking about when Darth Vader dragged him into the fire? Where he lit the whole shit on fire and he dragged him in it?
Yeah, there was something about that. But I had pushed it out of my head because it was like, you know what, I'm not gonna worry about this fucking show.
But also it makes me wonder, is like, at what point did Palpatine tell Vader to stop looking for Jedi? Because Palpatine was on some, one, they're not our problem anymore. And 2, it's better for them to live in shame that the fact that they got defeated and they're in hiding than for us to go hunt them.
Yeah, but Vader wanted them all dead.
Vader didn't give a shit what Palpatine was saying.
Yeah, because the Jedi knew Anakin. You purge every part of Anakin, which means everybody who knows him. But remember, they were all given the choice. Because most of those fucking Inquisitors are former Jedi.
Yeah.
Especially the main one. He was a former Temple Guard.
Shit, the one in Ahsoka. No, he was just a Force user with an apprentice?
Who?
The one in Ahsoka.
The brother one.
Yeah. No. The one that was looking for the temple.
Oh, you're talking about Balin Skull?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just a Jedi who he's Count Dooku.
Okay.
He's not a Sith. He just turned to the dark side of the Force because the Jedi were done. What he doesn't stand for, or they no longer stood for what he thought they should stand for.
Okay. Shit. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Let's see if there's any news.
There's supposedly a Deathstroke and Bane movie is officially in the works at DC. I don't know how credible that is.
Punisher Last Kill comes out tonight.
Okay.
And of course,
it came out.
They do it. Yeah, they do it when we're talking.
Yeah.
God forbid you let us fucking watch something.
Word, right?
Trying to figure out right now. So as of right now, it stands at a 90% on the tomato meter.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's something else we can talk about. Remember how last year Mortal Kombat was supposed to come out in October?
Yes.
And what did they say? Too much competition. They wanted to move it out to where it could stand alone. Right?
Yeah.
Well, here's the issue. They released it here in May. It made $40 million opening weekend. Except it ran into Devil Wears Prada weekend number 2, which that movie made $43 million. So you left on October that turned out to be nothing and fell into a May that turned out to be The Devil Wears Prada. They shaved at least $30 million off of what the fuck they could have started with. I could see them last October. Nothing happened last October. They could have easily been $70 million opening.
Yeah. But I mean, these are the geniuses that want to do everything their way. So, I mean, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna call it an early one. I gotta get some sleep.
Yo, before we go,
before we go,
last October, the highest growth. What the fuck was that? Last October was dominated by Tron Ares, a movie so bad that Disney's like, we have 2 Tron movies in this hand. What do we got in this hand? There's nothing in this hand. Remember the 2 good Tron ones? Oh, on that note, this one's an early one, nice and simple. Go watch Maul, Lord of Shadows. Go watch Daredevil, Born Again Season 2 if you haven't. Go watch Mortal Kombat 2 if you haven't. And if you're so inclined, go watch Devil Wears Prada 2.
And next week we'll talk about The Punisher. One last kill. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's your friendly neighborhood knuckleheads signing out. Peace, everybody.